Former President Donald Trump completing a just over half an hour speech at his resort in New Jersey, responding to the allegations. I should say that he went through it in very specific detail in a way that we actually haven't heard before. A lot of this was greatest hits. A lot of this was the same grievances that Donald Trump has been talking about for weeks, if not months and years. But one specific detail that he provided here was something new, where he used the defense that he hadn't had a chance to go through the boxes. That's critical, because a lot of this was legal defenses. He was laying out a lot of the legal arguments we actually talked about before this started. You heard familiar phrases: the Presidential Records Act, declassification, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, etc. These are all things that we were just talking about before he started. But the fact that he's now saying that he hadn't had a chance to go through the boxes is a critical piece of evidence and information in connection with this entire affair. Let's listen to that specific moment again, because I think it was the single most important thing that he said today.
I hadn't had a chance to go through all the boxes. It's a long, tedious job. It takes a long time, which I was prepared to do, but I have a very busy life. I've had a very busy life.
The reason that is so significant is because prosecutors would say that they have evidence to show that that's not true. They have evidence to show that he was directing what was happening with the boxes, that he was talking about the specifics of what was in the boxes, et cetera.
Right. If he hadn't gone through the boxes, as he said in this speech, he has deniability of knowledge of what was in those boxes, which we now know they contained classified documents with nuclear information, military plans, that sort of thing. However, the indictment very clearly lays out text messages between Wolf Nauta, the aide, the valet, who was moving all these boxes at former President Trump's behest, and staff members saying, wait, is he gone through box number 1 yet? He hopes to get another one responds. He hopes to go through 2 more boxes this afternoon. It's slow going. I'll move 2 more up for him to go through. So we do have text messages cited in this indictment that clearly state he was, in fact, going
Chris,
through
were you expecting more of him looking forward, right? This was all...
Politically.
Politically. This was all about the legal arguments that they're going to make. Some of them are real, some are frivolous, that the Trump team is going to argue. That was almost the entirety of the argument, was here are the legal arguments we're going to make, and here's why it's unfair that I got charged.
Right. This is the rationale for why he wins the nomination. He said it right at the end of the speech. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you. Only I can save. Now, when people hear things like that, they say, wow, what a megalomaniac. No, you have to take it in context. He is the agent for people's disaffection and animus. Now, you can roll your eyes and say, I don't buy it. Millions of people do. And he wins if the majority of the voters in the states that matter in those primaries say, you know, DeSantis, I like you, but, you know, you're a little bit of an inside guy, and you're not ready for this level of fight yet. You haven't showed us, not like Trump has. And Christie, you don't really know what team you're on. You don't really fight for me. You're kind of fighting more for you. And, you know, you used to be a lawman and, you know, you state governor. You know, I don't know about you. Only Trump checks the boxes of, as Douglas Brinkley said, literally being an outlaw, of fighting against the machine. And the more they come after him, and this one, he lays out everything. I would tidy it up as one thing that's true, one thing that's twisted, and one thing that's an outright lie. But the balance of them work for him in saying everybody else does worse things, but they come after me. All the law's on my side, but they don't follow the law because they want to get me. And I did everything right, and everything I ever said about anything else and everybody else is true. That's the Biden part. That's why he wins. This indictment puts him closer to the nomination than anything else that we've seen in the race.
Let's bring in Florida Republican Congressman Byron Donald. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. So lay out for us your position on the fact that the former president is now campaigning using this indictment. Do you think that this is going to help him politically?
I actually do think it's going to help him politically. in part because of the points Chris was just making. People can see that you have a two-tier justice system at the highest levels of our government.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.